Hello, everybody, and welcome to the live chat from Championship Wrestling from Memphis. Of course, I am Dustin Starr. Come on in. Let's talk about today's episode. It was action-packed, whole lot of stuff going on, but I want to hear from you. So let's talk about what the hits and misses, what were your favorite things on today's show. Gotta be the women's division, right? Or maybe it was that spectacular tag team main event. So much stuff happened today, and Alan Steele with his brand new Memphis Heritage Championship. That might have been a prank that was a little bit too far, so we'll find out soon enough. Big Dan's in the house. What's going on, Big Dan? What a show, what a crowd. Oh my goodness, the Memphis wrestling fans were definitely heard on today's show. The chants were just crazy good. I loved it. They were into everything, but then also I think that's a testament to the wrestlers and the performances that they put on to give them something to cheer for. But man, those gun show chants. Oh yeah. Big Dan, how could you possibly let the posse steal Alan Steele's Memphis Heritage title? Wait a minute. I know the answer to that question. Big Dan used to run with the posse. Anyways, how's everybody doing on this big Memphis Wrestling Saturday? Big Dan says, I can't see everything. That is true. Thanks for everybody that joined us in the live chat and watched along with us. I think it was one of our biggest crowds yet in the live chat. Of course, Big Swole, Justin Cole was there. Gun Show, Brett Michaels, Big Dan, the Skimmerhorns were in the house as well. So many of the performers and talent that you see on the program were in the live chat, so that's pretty cool. Brad Skimmerhorn, speaking of which, says, man, I hate that we couldn't be there. We had better things to do, like eat Tops barbecue while celebrating our championship victory. So meanwhile, the Young Goats and the Crowleys are in the ring just killing each other, and you guys are eating Tops barbecue. Okay, well, when's the celebration over? We'll see you guys next week. Big Dan says, what, me? Shirley. Shirley just. Tennessee Couponer says, enjoyed the show. Well, I appreciate that. What was your favorite part of it? Brad says, but you did look real handsome in your red suit. And trust me, I did not wear red to match Hollywood Jimmy Blaylock either. He's absolutely crazy. And speaking of that, I think he really has lost his mind. You can see his eyes twitching and stuff when he's out there with the Hollywood Horror Show. It's very freaky. Tennessee Couponer says, happy that live wrestling is back. Oh, yeah. You can come check us out live if you're in the Memphis area or the Mid-South area. I would say if you're within 2 to 3 hours driving range, it's definitely worth the trip to come see us live, especially on July 11th. The tickets will sell out. We actually had to create more seating because of Lance Archer and the big response that we've had. So July 11th, without a doubt, will be our biggest taping yet inside the Wrestle Center. So CC Chanel will be in the house. Killer Bay Heather Monroe is joining the Memphis Wrestling Women's Division. And then also, of course, Everybody Dies, where you can not only meet Lance Archer and get the VIP experience with him at your own risk, but also he will be in action. And for those of you who can't make it out there live, you will be able to watch it right here on this YouTube channel and on CW30 Memphis and on Ritter Communications Tube Town TV. You get your tickets at championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. There are tickets still available, but we expect them to be sold out before bell time. Let me get caught up here. Standing ovation from Jackson, Michigan. Thank you, Lugnuts. We really appreciate that. We're live and new every single Saturday right here at noon. So join us. Tennessee Couponer, the 6-man tag is coming up soon. 6-man tag. That's actually not a bad that's not a bad idea. We'll see what happens next week. I know the Gun Show can't wait to get his hands on all of them, so it's actually pretty good fantasy booking. Big Dan says Brad's trying to get on your good side, Dustin. Trust me, I know. He's trying to butter me up. Little does he know that I don't really make a whole lot of the decisions around here. Hey, Maria. Brad says, next week, that don't work for me. I think we'll be busy celebrating still. Come on, Brad. Tennessee Couponer says, main event was awesome, especially the double Spanish fly to finish the match. I heard somebody in the chat or saw somebody in the chat say that they're not used to a Spanish fly being a finishing maneuver. Oh my gosh, if you can't beat somebody with a double Spanish fly off the top rope, what can you beat them with? And speaking of that, what a freaking package pile driver by Austin Lane. Connor was fantastic. What a showing by Connor. That's the second time we've seen Connor. The first time we saw him was against the Revenant of Walker Hayes, so I don't think it was really a fair outing for him. But what an outing here today. And King Cobra is going to help train and polish Connor at the Wrestle Center. And anybody that's interested in training with King Cobra, like Connor is, that's championshipwrestlingmemphis.com/training. But definitely an awesome main event. Bo says Blaylock must have a lot of screws loose to associate with the Crowleys. Yeah, what is his goal here? So now apparently he's looking at the tag team division, but then he had them jump the Young Goats afterwards. So what are they here for? I have no idea. Yeah, definitely something weird going on there. Coley says Danny Limelight is a member of Team Filthy. He's also a member of the Bodega and a member of the United Wrestling Network World Tag Team Champions. They wrestled against the Young Goats on today's program, so you can watch that. It's Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You can find it in its own playlist. It premiered before Memphis Wrestling today. Big Dan says you got that right. All right. Yensica Tube says, hey, can you shout out my wife, Heather? Hey, Heather. Oh, I'm the guy that makes you say Mil Muertes. Mil Muertes. We need to bring Mil Muertes back in. He wasn't able to make we didn't do the show. That's why, but he was coming. We need to have him. Anyways, Coley, what happened to the United Wrestling Network Primetime Live? Well, it's no longer on the air. That's all I know. Big Dan says, come on, Brad, you're just trying to keep them belts as long as you can. Can't be a paper champion, Brad Stinkerhorn. Rob says you need a trios trophy like the NWA had. We got to have enough trios first. Is that the new lingo? It's not 6-man or 6-woman tag. It's trios tag team now. Is that what we're calling it? Lugnut says, hey, Dustin, you got my best hairstyle for play-by-play voice, too. Joe Buck couldn't pull off that hairstyle. Seriously, you're rocking. Thank you, Lugnuts. I really appreciate that. If I didn't have my hair, I don't know what I would have. I'm done. Coley says New Japan Strong is in the Ocean View Pavilion. Yes, it's also produced by the same people that produce Championship Wrestling from Hollywood and the same editors that put together Championship Wrestling from Memphis. So there's a lot of tie-ins. Tennessee Couponer says Heather Monroe is a big pickup for Memphis Wrestling. Yes, she will be joining the women's division. That live event is on July 11th, and then, of course, it will air after that. So those of you who are there live, you get to see it beforehand. And then, of course, you guys get to watch it on television and on YouTube after. But, yes, Killer Bay is coming in on July 11th. Tickets are available, championshipwrestlingmemphis.com. You can meet Killer Bay and CC Chanel along with the other stars of Memphis Wrestling and AEW's Lance Archer. Can't wait for that. Rob says, can't wait till Championship Wrestling from Hollywood gets an audience. That's actually coming very, very soon. We've received word from Mr. Marquez. They'll actually be doing some live events, too, so stay tuned. Also, the launch of Championship Wrestling from Atlanta. David says, hey, Dustin, love the 6-woman tag team match. I was trying to catch Claudia's full name, but missed it. Other than that, it was terrific. Claudia Solis. So you will see Claudia Solis here in the next coming weeks on Memphis Wrestling. And also, if you want to see more of Claudia, Rebel Kel, Nikki, Queen Caitlin, the whole gamut, you can go to libertyprowrestling.com and order custom matches there. Or you can go to championshipwrestlingmemphis.com/store. It's all right there, and it's really good stuff. But Claudia Solis, you'll see more of her very soon. Rob says, great card today. Thanks, Rob. I teased Brad about doing the dishes, and you all got him doing it. Mil Muertes, yes. Rob says, trios is the new lingo. Yes. All right, so trios. It's a trios tag team. Okay. Bo says, I'm always down for more Mil Muertes in my wrestling. Coley says, we still get the women's title at Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. You know, honestly, it's coming. I'm not really sure, but in 2 weeks, on July 17th, that will officially be Championship Saturday, and we will crown the first ever Memphis Wrestling Women's Champion, and hopefully the United Wrestling Network will take notice and say, hey, Memphis knows what it's doing. You know what? Bring that United Wrestling Network Women's Championship, the World Championship, to Memphis. Do that. How about that? But anyways, in 2 short weeks on Championship Saturday, we will have a Memphis Wrestling Women's Champion. Hollywood is coming soon, but I think that's the United Wrestling Network Championship is what that women's title will be. Rob says Nikki may have had her future opponent as a partner. Whoa, yes. What about Rebel Kell? Rebel Kell just took over that 6-woman tag team match. Rob says maybe the women's belt can be United Wrestling Networks. I don't know. I know we have the Memphis Wrestling women's title. Maria had it on her shoulder today on the episode. David says, I'm okay with either 6-man or women tag team or trios, whatever the situation calls for. Such divisions are a good idea. They open up work for wrestlers who might not otherwise get it. Yes, but behind the scenes, business-wise, it does include a lot more talent on the card. So that's probably been one of the issues, and then also keeping so many trios together. But AEW does a very good job at doing that. So that's a good one. That we've kind of got the championships that we have now, but we're open to other ideas. So that's a good one. Tennessee Couponer says Van Vicious is a great heel. Oh, boy. You have to ask him how many cans of oil does it take to change his hair. Lugnut says CC in Memphis, cool. Just wonder if Memphis Championship Wrestling will change its name to CC30. I like that. That's actually good. I'm going to steal that. Just like the Gun Goats. The Gun Goats are coming soon. If that's a trios, what about that trios tag team? Rob says cross-country women's belt. Trios features a lot of tryout talent. Okay. Absolutely. All right. Well, if you guys have any other questions or want me to dive into any other topics, whether it's about today's episode or about Championship Wrestling from Memphis, the Wrestle Center, Lance Archer coming in, any kind of stuff like that, then ask those right here in the comments. Even if you're watching at a later time and not live, do a good job at going back and answering those questions. So I got it. Trios, CC30 Wrestling instead of CW30 Wrestling. Lugnuts, feel free to take CC30, my honor. I'm going to steal that from you. Love CC's accent. Yes. It's a little different than the Southern accents we're used to getting. The Gun Lambs. Who is facing? Who is Lance facing? That has been a topic of conversation. Who is Lance Archer going to face? I'm going to sign off here real quick, guys, because I have to go celebrate a good friend of mine's birthday before I have Redbirds baseball tonight. But I ask you, put in the comments, who do you think Lance Archer should wrestle against? Everybody dies, so it shouldn't matter. But what's the best matchup? Lance Archer, the Murder Hawk, versus who from Memphis Wrestling? And I'll leave you with that. And I appreciate everybody for watching. And we will see you next Saturday right here on YouTube Premiere. Until then, I am Dustin Starr saying so long, everybody. Oh, yeah.